Alexander, you claim that Trump will soon provide Ukraine with weapons and authorize strikes against Moscow. However, many Ukrainians perceive his statements with skepticism. I published a new breakdown of the propaganda, and in the comments they write that, apart from promises, no real help from Trump has yet been seen. This is not a president, but an embarrassment to America. He speaks in threats to provoke Putin's reaction. But will it really help Ukraine? Or will it be limited to 10 interceptor missiles, as Axios wrote? He took a pause from the aid. There are deliveries underway now, like 10 or 30 anti-missiles. It's not clear exactly. There's another point. The rest of the aid is from Biden. In addition, he talked about the Patriots, which were not part of Biden's packages. This is a major shipment of Patriot systems. This is the first time Trump is sending a significant shipment of weapons on his own. This has never happened before. Another of Putin's red lines has been crossed. Does this mean that Trump is ready to hand over all American weapons to Ukraine? No, he will not give all American weapons to Ukraine. But in the face of pressure from Congress, the American elite, the Europeans, and other partners, Trump has little opportunity to back down. He can't act otherwise because Putin is humiliating him publicly, demonstrating to the world that Trump is a nobody. And Trump is incapable of forgiving that. If Putin hadn't started shelling after the phone call, sanctions would have been suspended, and Trump would have blocked supplies. Nothing would have happened. Now the situation has changed. Putin has severed ties with Trump and does not seem to have fully realized the risks he and his regime are pushing himself and his regime into. Obviously, he will soon realize what is happening. Trump cannot behave otherwise. Putin has publicly humiliated him, and now he looks weak both to his entourage and to American society. The topic of Ukraine significantly affects the political and rating situation in the United States. It is as if Trump did not realize it. He noticed that his partners in Europe, China, Asia, and other countries look at him with bewilderment, realizing that if he can be neglected, then he is vulnerable. If he's powerless in this situation, he can't act in others, but he will have to take action anyway. Putin has driven himself into a dead end, and now he will pay for his mistake for a long time. He is behaving emotionally toward Ukraine and acting illogically, with disastrous consequences for Russia. Now he has set off a chain of events that could have been avoided. He thought he had everything under control, but he messed it up. Serious problems are beginning for him. The Europeans are sharply raising rates, and a tough new sanctions package from Europe is expected to follow the American measures. After the Americans, the Europeans are setting up a $100 billion aid fund for Ukraine. Putin doesn't have an extra $100 billion after imposing tough sanctions. The Europeans, together with Trump, increase the share of GDP for the defense industry. 1.5% is directed to support Ukraine. In the long run, Putin will have no arguments left. He will have to retreat, as his supporter Margarita Simonyan put it. This is a serious problem for him. He is now with the Chinese in Khabarovsk preparing an underground factory for 1,000 drones. China will turn away. Xi Jinping won't support it, as tough sanctions target both Putin and China. Meanwhile, China is absorbing Russia's economy, not helping its growth but slowing it down. He is destroying the Russian economy, seeking to extract everything he can from it and then finally finish it off. Putin needs him only for a short time. In the future, Xi Jinping will abandon him. This is the calculation. If Putin does not dare to give up on China, he will have to get China to give up on him. Trump will soon travel to Beijing for talks with Xi Jinping. It has already been announced. We will come back to the topic of China. Friends, be sure to write in the comments what you think about the issues under discussion. Your opinion is important to us. And now I will turn to Putin again. Is it possible that he will strike a preventive diplomatic blow, address Trump, propose a meeting of the leaders as requested by both Zelensky and Trump himself, announce his readiness to start new negotiations, and send a delegation to Istanbul? In such a case, the rhetoric of the American president may disappear, and there will be no consequences. Anastasia, you say, and Peskov said, "We are waiting for Ukraine to send us its proposals." That's all they are saying. They are not going to do anything themselves. They are just waiting for an initiative from Ukraine. Solovyov and Peskov's rhetoric is utterly absurd. Peskov said in a short news interview about an hour ago, "The situation on the ground is changing every day for Ukraine. They don't realize what they have done in the last 24 hours. They have created a series of problems, risks, and strategic disasters. They jeopardized their economy and power apparatus on nothing. As usual, Putin ruined everything." Even if Putin states something to Trump, he will want a face-to-face meeting. But all of this has already happened. Trump has heard these proposals. They've talked 6 times and they haven't agreed on anything except a movie exchange. That's all they can do. Exchange movies about traditional values. Send them Brokeback Mountain. Let them see it. With their ideology, it's a real Sodom. Let Solovyov give Putin a private screening.